Hi and welcome to another video. I am very excited about this one. I think it's going to be good. Well, I kind of hope so. I've lived here for almost 5 weeks now, and there are some things that I have noticed about Brits, or just like how it is to live here. Now, I am an au pair, which means that I'm living with a family, which also means that I'm not paying rent, I'm not paying for like council tax or anything. Like, I have pretty much free housing, so I can't talk about that aspect. However, I can talk about something else. I thought it was someone like absolutely 100% naked right across the street, and I was very confused. One thing that I've noticed is that when I came here, I thought that it was going to be like rainy and just like bad weather overall, but no, it is really good weather. However, when I've spoken to like actual British people about this, they have said that it's been like surprisingly good weather here. And when I've spoken to my friends and like family in Sweden, it's been surprisingly good weather there as well. Like, it's been like 30 degrees there, which hasn't happened in years. Like, I can't remember when it last happened. In London, it's been very warm. It's, well, not very warm, but it's been warm and humid, and humidity and warmth or like heat together combined is bad for me. Like, it's so bad. My hair will just like blow up. I get warm like this, like I breathe and I'm pretty much sweaty, so I don't like it. Humidity is the worst kind of heat. Another thing that I've noticed, because I'm an au pair, I work with kids, children, their parents, though I am helping the kids. Well, I'm helping the parents with the kids. Well, yeah, anyway, I have noticed that the school system here is kind of insane. Well, maybe it's not the school system, maybe it's the parents of the kids that are just putting this immense pressure on the kids. Like, it's such a big competition to get into a good school, and I don't know if it's the school that makes it really tough to get in there, or if it's the kids or the parents of the kids that makes it difficult to get in there because they push their kids so much, and then the standards gets higher because it's more difficult to get in because only the best will get in. Like, it's such a weird thing for me because they're like 5 years old. They are 5 years old. They have to do a test to get into a school. Oh god, sorry. They have to do a test to get into a school. Like, whether or not they qualify for that school, they may or may not get in. And then they have to apply for another school like 3 or 4 years down the line. And it's just like, I don't know, it just feels so crazy. And they are learning like French. They're learning French, like extremely basic French, but it's in like another language. But as someone who grew up in Sweden, that is absolutely kind of crazy, because I don't think I learned or started to learn English in school until maybe like 2nd grade, which is still like 3 years older. I mean, it's not that big of a difference, but I mean, you're still 8, and in Sweden you don't have to take any tests to get into any school. Maybe like some special shit schools, but I've never heard of it. So yeah, that doesn't happen. And not even private schools, like, but here you do. Maybe it's just the private schools here, or if it's just like this area that I'm living in. But to me, it's just such an immense pressure on the kids. Like, where is their childhood? Like, parents literally take off time from work, like a week off, just so they can study with their kids for the entire week before the test, which is just why. Like, they have, some families have like a schedule, and then they schedule in like recess, like 2 hours in the morning they can play, like 2 hours in the afternoon they can play, and then like at 8 a.m. they're doing math, and then like 10 a.m. they're doing English or whatever it is. Like, it baffles me, like, how, why? They're like 5 years old, god damn it. They're 5 years old, and they already have that kind of pressure on them. Like, I would hate it. Like, when I was speaking to some other people, they say that the kids cry like every day because they like because school is so stressful. Like they cry every day because school is so stressful. And I mean, if that doesn't tell you something is wrong, then I don't know what. Like, third thing that I've noticed is that, might just be in this area, but people here do not recycle. Like, there is nothing, like, you throw everything into the same bin. Like food, plastic, paper, hard plastic, soft plastic, like aluminium, like cardboard, like everything. You throw everything into the same bin. And to me, as a Swedish person who is used to putting everything into different boxes, like soft plastic, hard plastic, aluminium, glass, colored glass, like clear glass, colored glass, paper, newspaper has a different one, food, what else do you have? It's so much. And then I come here and you throw everything into the same one, and a specific bag you need to throw everything in as well. If you use the wrong bag, the trash men, like the people that collect the trash into the big thing, like a truck, they won't take it. If it's not a white bag with a yellow like stripe on it, then they won't take it because it's the wrong bag, and they will leave it in the bin. And I don't understand why you're able to buy so many different types of trash bin bags, but you're only supposed to use one of them because all the others are just like a no-go. They won't even collect them. I don't get it. It just doesn't make sense. Fourth thing, movies, like going to the movies, go to the theater or whatever it is so expensive. Like in Sweden it costs around, like if I'm going to turn it into pounds, then it will cost anything between like 10 and maybe 13 pounds, okay? Here it doesn't cost that. Well, it's not that big of a difference, but it's still kind of a big difference, you know? Like it's anywhere from like 14 pounds, I think, is the least amount that I've paid for a ticket. It's Odeon, by the way, that I've been to. I haven't been to Cinema World, I've just been to Odeon. And like, so anywhere between like 14 and like, what can it be, like 25 pounds, which is so much. And that is for the ticket. And then you might want to have popcorn or snacks. You have nachos here, like that baffles me. We wouldn't have that in Sweden. Like we don't have nachos in Sweden at the movie theaters. We have popcorn, snacks, candy, and like soft drinks. That's what we have. You have alcohol here as well. Like there's actual alcohol. You can buy beer or wine, like cider here. And I'm like, oh, okay. And you have like Ben and Jerry's here, although I think we have that in Sweden as well, so that's not that special. But like, come on. Yeah. And it's so expensive. Okay, I knew this before coming here, and this is nothing special to the UK. I know this because Germany is the same, America is the same, other places are the same. I think maybe it's just like Sweden that's a bit odd. And it's that you can go into any kind of, like, you go into any grocery store, like Waitrose, Sainsbury, Tesco, what else do we have? Morrison's, and buy wine or beer. That's like alcohol. Like you can go in there and buy actual alcohol. In Sweden, you can't do that. You can buy light beer in, like, at a supermarket, light beer and alcohol-free beverages. But if you want to have like actual wine or actual like beer, like regular beer, or any other kind of like alcohol or liquor, there's just this specific store you have to go to, and this store isn't open for that long. If you don't go there before it closes, then you will not have a party. You will not have alcohol to serve. You will not have anything, because that is literally the only place you can buy it, and it's called Systembolaget. such a pretty name. But you can go ahead, and it still kind of like takes me back, even though I've been to Germany so many times, and I know that you can go into like anywhere, like any store pretty much, like grocery store, and you can buy beer or wine or whatever it is that you want to have. But seems wrong to me because I'm not used to it. So I'm like, that is not supposed to happen. What are you doing? I don't get it. Like, what are you doing? Something is not right here. And then I remember, you know what? You're not in Sweden anymore. You're in London, United Kingdom. You can buy alcohol at a regular grocery store, and that's completely normal and legal. Public transport in Sweden isn't the best. It depends on where you live, but if you live where I do, which is Alingsås, which is near Gothenburg, it's on the west coast, well, not really the coast, but like on the west side of the country, then you don't really know if the train is going to work. You don't know if it's going to be late or on time. You don't know if the bus is going to be on time. If you live outside of the city, you definitely don't know if the bus is going to be on time. It probably won't be. It's almost always, I think it's always like at least like 5 minutes late. And sometimes you can't even be sure that the bus is going to stop for you to get on it. It sometimes just drives past you, and you just, yeah, so you don't really know when it's gonna go. In Sweden, you have to plan out. Like, the buses might go once an hour every like 4 hours, like sometimes 2 hours in between, and then it's 5 hours in between. Like, it varies a lot. If you're in the city, it usually goes like one every half hour or so. Therefore, have to plan. If you're taking the bus to the train, you have to plan even more. You have to plan. And then how are you gonna get back? Are there any buses back? Do you have to take an earlier train? Is the train going to be cancelled? Is the bus going to be who knows where? Here, however, you don't have. All you have to know is where you're going to be, and if you're going to meet someone, when you're going to meet, that's all you have to know. And how long it takes to get there. If you know how long it takes to get there, then you can be sure that at the most you'll have to wait maybe like 5 minutes, and then a new train will come. It's so great. In my experience, it's been barely 5 weeks, they've always been more or less on time. I think it might be like a minute or so late, not even that, which is great because I'm used to them being 5, 10, 15 minutes late. So public transports are so good here. Like, props to you, you've done great. Props to the UK, props to London, props to whomever and deals with all of it. That's all I have for you. I will see you next week. Bye! I was supposed to be at the polo thing happening in Fulham. Not really Fulham, but some park near Fulham at least. And then they said it was too late or something. And then I saw that Joe Sugg and Jack Maynard is there, and Josh Peters and Mikey Pierce are there, and they arrived around the time that I was supposed to go there. I don't know if it's like YouTube privilege or whatever. I'm assuming it's not, but I could have been there too. Kind of makes me a little bit sad, but not because I'm not there. I have a chance to film the video, and I really needed that. I have like this thing, but it's coming off.